Okay. Now, if you're in the same room with me, make sure you turn your, yeah.
Oh.
Brady, I'm really glad to see you again. I hadn't seen you and I didn't know if you were still here.
I'm still here. I had a little schedule confusion, so I messed up Tuesday. Who's surprised?
That's all right. We all been there. So, are you guys not meeting?
We are meeting, yes. Oh. Yeah, if you're sitting in here, you'll have to be on mute, sorry. Turn your volume all the way down. Okay, that's weird. Okay, now I'm not muted. I need to take my, there we go. So did everybody get into the WIT, the large? Okay, good. I have not set up yet how I'm going to have you send your weekly information to me. So don't sweat that until I send you an information on it. I'm trying to make it as easy as I can for everybody as possible. So I'm trying to just kind of look at different options that I've got. So I'll send you a message. Don't, like I said, don't worry about it. You won't be penalized for anything being late or anything like that, especially if it's my fault. You know, I'm not going to do that. So just to let you know. Now, the other question I had is, I know Kelsey can't be here on Thursdays. Now, Kelsey, did you say you could be here on Tuesdays?
Every other Tuesday, because my mother-in-law watches my kids every other.
Okay, so it's really not going to make that much of a difference, right?
Not much,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. In that case, we'll just go ahead and go forward as if you're 100% online, okay? Now, for the two of you who are 100% online, we need to figure out some way for you to come by once I start this, and I haven't started it yet, but once we start checking out books to peruse, so you can come in and check your books out, okay? These are books that I personally own. They're not something from the college, so you'd have to get them from me. So we'll work out something there, so maybe I could meet up with you guys sometime when I'm on campus. And once I get all my voice students set, then I'll have a better idea. Look at you. Fingers crossed. Hey, all right. Oh no. Yeah, just go ahead and go out. We'll worry about it. Okay. So that's the main thing there I want to talk to you guys about. real quick, let me just go across here and write down who's where. So we got John, tell me your name.
Ashley.
Ashley. Chandler, I was looking at some old pictures the other day, just had nothing to do with LR or music or anything. And some music pictures popped up from when we used to do All County in Burke County. You were in the pictures, Juan was in the pictures, Edward Bland was in the pictures. I'm going, really? I mean, I didn't even have any idea at that point in my life. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, I know these people. That's pretty cool. Tell me your name.
Destiny.
Destiny.
With an I at the end.
Got it. Karina. Tell me your name.
Paris.
Paris. All right. Very good. Okay, so here's what we're going to do today, guys. I am going to break you up into 4 groups, okay? And we're probably going to have to go to some different locations for about 15 minutes, okay? So some of you might want to go to the computer lab. Some of you might want to hit a practice room. What we're going to do is, since this, we all don't have the book, and things got put online a little bit late because of technology issues, we're going to break this thing up, and you're going to work in groups, and you're going to, on that sheet that I gave you, you can write it on paper for right now, but on that, we're going to break this up on pages, and you're going to go through the information, and you're going to bullet all of the important information, okay? Then we're going to come back, we're going to combine it all for everybody to be able to have. Easy 100 for everybody, right? So we're going to try to break you guys up. And I think what I want to do is I'm just going to let Zoom do it automatically, okay? So let me go ahead and put you guys in breakout rooms. And if I can set everything up correctly, I'm going to try to put in, I'm going to let assign automatically. We're going to do 4 groups. Go ahead and write this information down before we go into breakout rooms, okay? And I'm not sure if it'll let me tell you ahead of time. Let's see. Oh, yes, it will. Okay, so group 1 is going to be Ashley and John, according to Zoom. Group 2 is Brady and Paris. Group 3 is Karina and Kelsey. And group 4 is going to be Destiny and Chandler. So once, I'm going to let you go to another room. Once you get the other room, log into Zoom, I'll get you into your room. And that way you two can work together. So group 1, you're going to do the following pages, okay? Page 43 through 47. Group 2, 48 through 52. Group 3, 53 through 57. And group 4, 58 through 62. Okay? All right, and one group can stay in here. Well, actually, yeah, you could work each, because you don't have to have Zoom on to do this. You can work together in here, so that's fine. If you decide to get in like the lobby or whatever, just make sure you're still doing the COVID protocols and that everybody's apart. You can go to a practice room and use Zoom and do it with whoever. So if your partner is on Zoom, you might want to find a location to do that, okay? All right, so I'm opening all the rooms. I'm going to give you about 15 minutes. If it happens to go faster than that, if the time is up before 15 minutes, it's supposed to let me set a time, but sometimes I don't see that it does. So, okay, rooms are opening.
But you're staying in here?
I'll stay in here.
Oh, explain with my stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
First reading on pages.
We're just doing bullet points of the important stuff, which I did. I got access to that summary page, I guess, before everyone else. Nobody else could get it. So I already turned mine in and everything. But
How many people did not get it? Do you know?
I have no idea. I was with, sorry. I was with
I mean, it
Destiny.
was supposed to be able to copy it, right?
Yeah, so at first it wouldn't open when I got it, and then you kind of had to like click around, and then you finally were able to download it as a Word document and everything and access it. I got it. I was able to send it to Destiny, so Destiny was able to do hers.
Okay.
I don't know who else, because I know Chandler wasn't able to.
I'll try to ask again when they come back.
Yeah.
Because it should be able to, if it says make a copy, you should say yes on it, and it should open up in your drive.
Yeah.
Um,
And I checked it this morning because I was finishing up my summarization. But when I checked this morning, it wouldn't let me download it anymore. It said like, oh, this file doesn't exist anymore.
Okay. Technology, the bane of my existence.
I feel you.
Ugh. Okay, I'll be quiet so you guys can work and talk. Just, I'm not even here. '43 to '47. You guys group one?
They're pretty much just doing,
First 3 pages.
You're doing like the biggest part of the early years. It was
Yeah.
such a long section. I tried to break it up a little bit more.
so I know I first talked about, because when Call Music started, it was mainly like monophonic chants and everything.
Oh.
And so I pointed out how we started going away from just your basic chant and started adding more polyphony to it, to the sacred music. I wrote that down.
Early 15th century.
Also the Renaissance having like a quote unquote like a golden age.
Mhm.
Because that was kind of the rebirth. So that was definitely much more fun. Kind of rebirth, I think. And that's when they started distributing into postcards and everything. So we have now kind of like an SATB. So it wasn't all just like one. So there was no.
Broke changed everything for solos.
It also started including larger words and creating like sections and movements.
Mhm.
So it wasn't just, here's just one thing you're looking at. There are multiple like points and aspects to it. Oratorios and opera.
Yeah, operas, form.
Yeah. Classical just kind of reinterpreted everything. The only thing I really see was like the inclusion of chorus with instrumental. Because we have Beethoven's chorus, fantasy, and Ninth Symphony. So the introduction of having both instrumental.
I don't know what happened.
Harris, do you need to be put back in your room?
I'm sorry.
You need to be put back in your room.
I do. I don't know what happened. I just got kicked out.
Let me see if I can.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to move. It's too loud in here.
Who are you with, Brady?
I am.
The romantic period affected was the Sicilian movement, and then Palestrina's style for writing. How was complex.
How what?
The romantic period overall was choral writing. It was like, so people like Berlioz and Verdi composed like large scale elaborate works with church texts. So
Very good.
that, and a lot of this talks about kind of like before it started becoming like a huge thing.
Mhm.
So it's just going back on these musical periods and what we've taken from those.
Okay, yeah. That's what I got so far. I just finished this whole thing about the United States.
I wrote about the impact of immigrants and victims of the slave trade, because I know we kind of what we don't look at anymore. Little dots and
Yeah, I was looking at in history.
yeah. You see that, but you don't, it's an older style, so you don't really see it anymore. Unless we're looking into older music,
Yeah.
like chants and stuff.
Music's being taught in schools. Nice, that's right.
Yeah, roll nice. Roll nice. Basically how he wanted, like how school was at that time for people. There wasn't really a sense of having music in school, but it was just like, oh, we're not really going places. And then they wanted to put music in schooling, public system, to benefit church choirs, and then have more of a supply of singers overall. So that's why they first came in. And then he gave a little like a list of reasons,
all
like
these
it's so
reasons.
good. Yeah. I think just having all of them down too, like why did he, like what was he, well, like what was he projecting about? Why did he want like singers in school? Like why did he want music to be participated? And I don't think, I don't know if it was mandatory at this time. Music. It's later.
It's good for your organs.
Oh yeah. It's healthy. I wrote down all that. Like I said, why we taught everything's important. And then like the one error that was like, vocal music can be taught in a few months.
Where's that?
That is at like the middle of
Oh, I see
page
it.
46.
Yeah, I see it. It is an error to suppose that.
Yep. And while Mason was very like for school, for music in school, like you can see at the bottom there were regulations. So they were like, okay, you can have this, but we got something. And it's like for more than 2 hours in a week shall be devoted to the exercise. And then when you instruction shall be given as stated in fixed times throughout the city until otherwise ordered. So it's kind of like, oh, you got what you want, but we're gonna change this a little bit to fit with our standards.
Yeah, I'm just reading that now. Yeah, both my parents are school teachers. My dad, he thinks that the arts get too much time.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes. It's like choir will get like taken out of school, or a band will get taken out of school for something, and kids will just leave his class in the middle of the class. My dad's a pretty hard teacher, so he doesn't like that.
I didn't grow up with, my family wasn't any teachers really, and then there isn't really like a strong musical backbone, and then there's me, that
Yeah.
mom is like, well, let's go pedagogy, and I kicked it down all the time. Like, I did all the extracurricular activities, full state, stuff like that, like from elementary on up, and now here at a lot of schools. But like, you get, I think like one of the things people don't talk about is when you hear people hear you say, oh, I'm doing music, I want to do music education, stuff like that. And they're always like, oh, what are you doing? Like, that's what teacher,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And I dealt with my own little bit of hate from people.
Just how it goes. How it goes.
Especially when I'm like, oh, I'm doing elementary, because that's I want to go into that elementary school. They're like, you want to teach kids? That's not important school, blah, blah, blah. I don't listening.
I've sent you guys an email with access to the page so that you can go ahead and type on it. So go ahead and type your thoughts down. You can bullet it. I'm hoping everybody else sees that as well.
Oh, so we're doing this together. We're doing this all together.
Yes,
100?
this is
That's
a
what you
great,
meant. Okay,
yes,
okay.
this is a great effort.
All right.
So you're not having to do everything, but then you're going to have the gist of the information all together. And if I throw a quiz in, it'll be like an open book or something. It won't be, I got to memorize all this historical information, because I don't think that that's the purpose of this class. That's music history, you know.
Do you want us to pay attention to like specific dates and stuff, or do you want us to pay more attention to this is what these people did, here's the impact of
Yeah, I mean, you might want to just put down Middle Ages, this is what happened, or 15th century, this is what happened. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm not after exact dates. Like I said, that's for your music history classes. We're just going to touch on this, talk about it a little bit, and then we're going to move into what goes on in the classroom.
All right. I got us started.
I mean, like for instance, when I started out, I just put Middle Ages dash plain chant. You know, I just put the ideas. I didn't necessarily do. You can bullet it and just put information so that when you look at it, you know, okay, yeah, that's what that is. Okay. I think just make it simple, and when you glance at it, that way you would have an understanding of it.
Yeah.
And then if you needed to go back and look at it as a reference, you just have things listed. And then, you know, you've always got your book to go back and look at the details, but then you just, you know, have the gist of it, the important points.
How do I add?
It's at the top, yeah.
If I leave this in, is that okay if I leave this in?
If you like what in?
Huh?
Were you asking me a question?
Oh, can I leave the Zoom? My phone's dying. And I didn't realize it.
Oh, yeah, you can leave this.
Okay.
Really have. After that, you get to the Renaissance, which was just like a golden period,
Yeah.
right? Like
So kind of
sacred
just-
to live in all.
Polyphony. Polyphony. Yeah, 15th century sacred polyphony.
Yeah. I pretty much did like 15th century equals sacred polyphony, and then I did Renaissance equals quote unquote the golden age.
Well, if y'all wanted to divide it up and one of your bulletins, this section of what your assignment was, and the other one doing the other part, we could do that. You could both top if you wanted to.
I can start like with the old stuff, and then you can come behind me with everything after
Mason.
that. Yeah, Little Mason and
All right.
all that stuff.
You could just go down below and start topping, and then you could put bullets in for all of it after you're finished.
And then we're gonna put this in our e-binder,
Mhm.
and then at the end of class, after class, we'll do our own whip.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah, wits will always be individual.
So I guess, are you stopping at, you want to stop at the introduction of this?
Yeah, I'll probably go to the bottom of page like 44, right?
All right.
Yeah, they throw so much information on these few pages. Really nice outline.
All right, so you'll stop at like talking about immigrants and this country. Is that where you're stopping?
Right here?
So I'll start at.
There we go. That's weird.
Isn't that cool how you could do that?
Oh, sorry.
We're typing now.
Yeah,
You what?
We're typing now.
Oh,
If y'all are finished, yeah, we can all start back together. I just didn't know how much.
oh, well, I didn't know where to see them.
No, you're good. We'll go
Well, I'm
straight.
just sitting here all week. I won't like bother y'all.
No, you're fine.
I wrote it in my notes. Would you want me to put it on hard copy for you?
Well, you and your partner, you have access to this document that I was talking about, and they're already typing on it. Once we're out of the thing, what we're doing is we're collaborating together to finish the document. So we have a huge document of just points from the semester, or not semester, the chapter.
Right.
Yeah, mercy. Oh.
So that's what she just said. Is that
So you guys can now add the information to that sheet.
Okay.
So I sent to you an email, and everybody has editing rights to it, so you can kind of see what they're already doing once you open it up. And feel free to add to it, and then we'll have our completed sheet on the history of choral music. Yeah, it's for our e-binders too.
okay? I was a little confused. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's all right. Ask anytime.
I can put mine and copy and paste it.
What should I say about classical and romantic? Here it is. They just have these two little paragraphs on it.
Chandler, were you just gonna copy and paste what we agreed?
Yeah.
So I guess romantic. Talk about choral writing. At least wanted it to be more large scale and collaborate on. the
Yeah,
text.
everything just gets bigger and romantic.
Yeah, and then classical is just kind of the interpretation. pretty much.
That's all it really says.
Yeah.
It's just 2 cents.
I think that's pretty much the only.
You can't get it open? Let's see. Chandler's got his open, right? It may just have to be on the computer, maybe. I don't know. If you have, look at it this evening. If you still have trouble, send me a message and I'll see if I can do it. But right now, it's showing that everybody should have editing rights.
Because I click on here
Mhm.
and it says specified resources like this, and I press OK. And it's still loading.
Yeah,
So maybe I think I'll have to.
you might. That may be it.
Plus 2.
Do you want us to put this document in like our folders?
I think it's going to your e-binder for week 1. And what you probably need to do there is make a copy and put that copy so that way it doesn't change. Okay, so those of you who are just now coming back in from the breakout rooms, I sent an email to you with a editorial rights from, and Brady, that's fine that you've already submitted it. As long as you got the information, if there's anything from this group page, and that was the idea, but then I was having technology problems getting everything for people to be downloaded. So that's why I just decided at the last minute to do this as a class collaboration. But you can just take things and put them together, okay? But this document, I'm just asking that you guys bullet the main important parts from each of the assignments that you had. That way everybody has the same information. And you both can work on it if you want to. I know I said have one person type it, but both of you can work on it. And I'm going to share the screen and show you the document as it's in process right now. As you can see, Ashley and John, they've got the early years, the first part. I know that another group had the second. So Brady and Parrish, you have the end of that part. If you see here that they're just bulleting that information. And then as we go down, if I can get my, hold on a second, I need to get that out of the way. Like Chandler's working on the bottom part here. So everybody has editing rights. So let's just go ahead and have you add that information in while we're here in class. And then when you save this to your e-binder, you'll need to go under File and click Make a Copy. That way, nothing changes from the original document, but you can make a copy into your Google Drive, into the folder you want it in, okay? And then if you want to take off where it says Copy All, you can, because by the time when it's in your folder, then it's okay. But to save it, make sure that you do where it says Make a Copy, that you can see right here on the screen, and then that way you can put it in your folder, okay? So go ahead and finish that up. We want to get all that typed in as much as we can so we can move on to the next thing. And if I do give you a little assignment on this, it'll be something that you can just look at your notes, okay? It's not going to, I'm not going to have you dwell on memorizing dates and all that kind of stuff. It's like I was saying to this group in here, Ashley and John, that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's for your music history classes. But it is important to know what happened. So but after this, we're going to be diving into what's going on in the classroom. Okay.
I'm sorry, could you show how to make a copy one more time? I was on a different screen.
Sure. If you go to File,
Okay,
and then you go right here to make a copy,
gotcha.
and then this will pop up. And then, you know, if you want to change the name of it after you put it in whatever file, but you can choose your folder.
Perfect.
So I'm going back to my e-binder. And week 1, it's got history.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You are welcome. And then all you got to do is just, when you get, let me share one more time and show you guys this. And you probably already know how to do this, but let me do it just in case. So once you finish, everybody's finished the document, we've got it completed, you'll go to share. And of course, I've already got a whole bunch of people shared on here because I made you editors. But what you'll have to do is go down here to the bottom and you click on Change to Anyone with the link. And then all you got to do is copy the link and put it in Canvas. Okay. Now I may, sometimes even though it's selected, it may not let me open the document, so I may have to send to you request permission. Even though we have the link that says anyone can open it, sometimes it doesn't let you do it.
And if we already submitted like our own notes, do you want us to go back and submit this document again?
No, but if you wanted to add this document to your e-binder, that way if someone put down something maybe you didn't, you would have a little more thorough information. And I appreciate you guys went ahead, because that was the plan. What you did is exactly what the plan was, but I just felt bad about the PDF not cooperating. It's such a late time. I just hated doing that to you. So that's why I decided we'll just do it in class together. Now just make sure that whatever group you're in, that you are contributing information into the section. So I mean, like if you had Robert Shaw, make sure that your group is putting information in there, or the a cappella movement, or the St. Olive Choir, whatever you happen to have as your information.
I am very hungry.
You know, me too. Chandler, maybe we can figure out between now and next week what causes your,
I've had this similar problem that
Yeah.
I mute the laptop and the speaker.
and it still does
And
it.
it still reverberates.
I
I
don't
went
know.
to the sound system and I turned off everything. It still did it. But
That's weird.
I've only had this computer for like a couple of years and I'm very unfamiliar with Mac stuff.
Yeah, I'm not good with Mac,
I
so
know
I
how
can't
to
have
work
you.
like Google and all that stuff. That's why I have my uncle come over about every other day to do stuff. But I don't know how to do it.
Put this sticker on my computer yesterday.
Yeah,
I need a
Friends
spot.
bought it. You know who that is?
Can't see from here.
I don't think you know them personally.
Probably not.
That is Garrett Newton. License.
Oh,
License.
very interesting.
That's
Very
a,
interesting.
one Catholic.
I need a sticker.
Yeah, I just gotta have one. He's wearing his girlfriend's underwear. She's funny.
college days, oh, stories I could tell, but I won't.
That's for a different setting.
That, yeah.
I can say with 100% that I was sheltered as a child.
Oh, yeah, me
I
too.
was very sheltered until college. Very sheltered.
And I was still the
Until
most
last
boring person in
night.
the choir, in the choral department. We're getting there. We're getting it filled up better.
I hate that there are no water fountains.
Have to carry a bottle around.
I think that's.
I like it because like I'll have a bottle and of course I never like using like a water fountain because like at the ones that like the parks and stuff are like disgusting. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or like you hit it and like green water came out like
Ew. Dude, that's how COVID started.
yeah.
It was those water fountains.
Tell you what, you drunk stuff from water fountains as a kid, you're immune to anything.
I'll live forever. What's the farmer's going on?
Yeah, yeah. So, don't copy it yet until we know that everybody's finished. Because if you copy it, then after that, you lose that connection. So, what if I just send you or tell you that it's ready to be placed in your folder? So just go ahead and work on the document and then we'll get it in there. Because I know we still got someone to put in St. Olaf. There's quite a bit of information just on that one page about St. Olaf. Important information. So we'll give everybody a chance to keep working on that to get that in. Page 52.
Their Christmas concerts are amazing.
Oh gosh, I saw one of them over break.
Yeah, I was just like,
Obviously, it wasn't this year's,
yeah, exactly.
but it was really good. And I also watched Belmont University, which is always good. That's a lot of
I
fun.
watched those little bit of the Baylor Christmas.
Hmm.
They have a pretty good
bet you could pull up some of those on YouTube as well, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I'm not
nowadays,
sure.
like everyone's posting all their.
Yeah.
I have a really random question. You seem really well-rounded with technology. Did you just like pick that up, or did you have like a class that you were taught? Or?
No, I just learned as I went. A lot of it was you just got in there and spent hours with things to learn how to do it. Sometimes we'd have a workshop to help us out with things like that, but I like gadgets. So I just had an interest in it. So, because unlike you guys, I didn't grow up with having, computers and internet and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I didn't have internet in my house until my son was a baby, and he's 24 now. So, he had it pretty much all his life, but I just spent a lot of time working on it, and I learned how to do my web pages and learned how to use technology for my classroom. And
Because like a lot of professors aren't really well-rounded, especially and so a lot of them are struggling right now.
sure,
So
I bet.
I think it's really awesome. They're really.
Well, and of course, this Zoom thing was all new to me, and learning how to use my whiteboard and sure that it was a learning curve, but
I feel that was a learning curve for all of us.
Yeah.
yes,
I was like, whoa, man,
yes.
this is like group chat, but like on steroids.
Right, right. So, part of the learning was because of necessity. Part of it was just I was interested. So, of course, I know that, I knew this the minute I retired. I thought, I'm gonna start getting behind in technology, and of course, I didn't realize I would be here. So that's helped. I'm still doing and learning some things. Other things have kind of started getting away from me, but I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I think you've already answered this, but just to clarify, the thing that's due on Canvas today is basically what we're doing now. We don't have to, are we still submitting that to Canvas?
Go ahead and just put it up there just so I have documentation and I can give you a quick grade.
Okay, cool, sounds good.
Yeah, but that is today's assignment.
Excuse me.
Okay. Well, and count this. I mean, if you finished your section, I mean, we still got a few minutes. If you finished your section and you feel like it's quality information, not just you've blown through it and threw it down something. If you feel like you've got some quality information down and it's in your thoughts complete from what was to be taken away from that reading, feel free to go ahead and go. But again, don't copy it yet into your folder until I know everybody's had a chance and I get to peruse it. And there may be something I'll look at and say, well, maybe we should add this. And I might add a little something in there too. That way you'll have this information. But if you feel like you're finished and put in all that you can to cover this, then you're welcome to go. But if you want to go ahead and work on it here, and that way you don't have to work on it later, I mean, there's still 8 minutes left in class. You can probably talk quite a bit.
It's probably my most interesting class of anything.
Is it?
I mostly have ensembles and.
Oh, but that's so much fun. Oh, God. When I graduated, I missed that so bad.
I'm hoping to, I know some of us are doing the masters in arts and teaching.
Cool.
So like, maybe like still doing ensemble too.
Yeah.
And
Well, you
then,
can
like,
also
after-
do Heath Choral Society.
That too. I was like, since Dr. Lawrence is now.
Oh, yeah, it's fun.
Do we turn the Whitson, or we just put them in the?
Just put it in master one for right now. I'm still trying to figure out how I want you to submit it.
Okay.
I've got several different ideas, and I keep looking at that. Well, that's not as easy as I want it to be, and they all have a glitch. So I got to figure out what I want to do there. So just put it in your master one, and then all you got to do is copy paste,
Sounds good.
which will make it easy. Okay. But if you feel like you put everything in that you need to put in, like I said, you're free to go. If you want to keep typing on it and add a few things, do that. Brady, are there any days that you're on campus? Like I'm here. I don't know about my students' voice lessons yet because we're still in the process of trying to figure out when they can have their lesson, but I know for a fact I'm here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Is there a way that you could be on campus any of those times, or?
I'm completely virtual, so I'm never on campus. It's just not safe. I'm fairly high risk. But if I need to come pick up something, I live 30 minutes away, so I'll just make it work.
Okay, so maybe like one day after class, or one day, I don't know. We'll figure out something so that we could get those to you, because.
Yeah. But I'll certainly work with your schedule. I mean, I don't have my voice lessons in yet with Dr. Burbank, so I don't know when they are. But other than that, I can send you my schedule. Everything else is pretty, but I'll certainly work with you. I think your schedule is probably more difficult than mine.
Okay, well, we'll figure out something once we start doing this process, and that way you can check out a couple books, take them home with you, peruse them, and then, bring it back, find it out, get some more books for you. But we'll figure out something for you, okay?
Absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, I'll be as flexible as I can, because I know y'all's schedules are much more
Okay.
difficult.
We'll be in touch then, and we'll figure out something. Kelsey, we'll have to do the same thing with you. So maybe we can figure out, what days we can get stuff to you and that sort of thing, okay?
Hey, Kelsey.
Kelsey, can you hear me from there? Okay, do you want to finish these last two pages together? I'm gonna write down just a little bit that we have left, and then we have that last paragraph on 56, and then page 57.
Okay, because I know we got through Westminster, Fred Waring, and most of Robert Shaw, but we didn't finish it before the breakout rooms closed.
Yeah.
So we were still working on that. But yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, and just I can look through it too.
Well, and if time runs out and you guys need to do it later, you can contact one another. If you have each other's contact information, I mean, you could FaceTime or Duo or something, Google Duo, and work it out.
Paris mentioned that she needed to work on her laptop when she got home, so we'll finish ours up here in the next little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. There's no rush there.
I found the email though. I was putting in stuff from the email that I found.
Okay. It's just hard to do it on the phone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do it on a tablet too.
All right, it is. I agree. Yeah, but if y'all just try to bring, you have a laptop you can bring?
I do.
Okay.
I just didn't bring it today because
That's okay. I just think it's easier this way. I mean, I wouldn't have said this a semester ago, but since I had to do theory on this and have to write so much, and everybody not being here, I thought, why worry about hooking up to this when everybody can have the screen in front of them?
Right.
So I just decided to go that way.
That makes sense.
We got a final project.
Well, then I'll finish this on my laptop.
Yeah, that's fine. You can finish on your laptop. Yeah, it's fine. Don't sweat over it. It's okay. All right, guys, well, I'm going to go ahead and end the Zoom. And if you still have something to put on the page, go ahead and do so. And then I'll send out a message when I tell you that it looks like it's complete. And then you can copy it into your e-binders, okay? All right, see you guys later.